Welcome everybody. Welcome to Neighborhood Mechanic. Today I have a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee having an issue. It has a few codes for the engine coolant temperature sensor. So we're going to remove the upper and lower intake manifold to get to the engine oil cooler assembly. I'm just going to go ahead, start disconnecting some of the plugs you're going to remove from the sensors. Take the plastic clip out of here. We're going to open hose. To get the airbox out, you need to remove this wire clamp here to get the airbox out. And then down here, this is push on fitting. You're just gonna grab and pull. And then you should be, and you can see the oil cooler assembly is right here. So next, we're going to disconnect all the wiring plugs for the electrical connections, disconnect throttle body. We do need to get it out of the way. This harness has 10mm bolt right here securing in place. We're going to remove that. Once you get the wiring harness loose, we're going to go back and remove that 10mm. Those of you who's been working on Jeeps before, the good thing is for all the brace brackets, they no longer use studs. They use actual bolts, so you don't have to worry about removing the fastener and the stud. You just remove the bolt and you're all set. Next, I'm just going to try to remove all the manifold bolts here. And we're going to disconnect this sucker. The vacuum system is the same. You got a evap valve here. It's just different location. And you're just going to pull this up, disconnect it right here. Pull it out. And plug is almost the same. All you have to do is get this out of the way. Now these are plastic housings right here, plastic hoses here, so don't put too much pressure on them, otherwise you might end up having to replace these guys. The best you can do is remove these mounting clips so you can get a little play out of it. I am replacing spark plugs on this one, and you can also see a lot of oil leak coming from this sensor. So to get to the spark plugs here is easy. Get the spark plugs here, you have to remove this cover. Also, we're going to be replacing the valve cover gaskets. The best time to do it. So if you're working on this on your own, change the valve cover gaskets, spark plugs right now. Most of these bolts are 8mm. So you're just going to get your ratchet and get these guys out. The ones back there, they're 2. You're going to have to get access to them by open wrench. There you go. One thing you can do is pull the screw up and counterclock it so it can lock in place and not cause any problem when you pull in the manifold out, because sometimes they can get in the way and touch the bottom, cause headaches. So that's what I do. Pull it up counterclockwise 2 steps and you're fine. After you get those bolts, the intake manifold will be loose, but it won't come out because you have to disconnect and remove this hose here. Okay? And then next thing you need to do is remove this fastener that's holding this coolant line in place. And then we're going to need to take and remove the stud. This stud has to be removed. You can't pull the hose out this far out. So I'm going to remove that stud. Here we go. Just get the stud out of your way. Then you see the manifold is free the moment you remove that stud. There's a one hose back of the manifold that you cannot get to when the manifold is connected. So you're going to lift it, guide it out slightly, then go back here. This is the hose. You're going to pinch these 2 together. So, and then pull it out. In doing so, here we go. Okay, so next we're going to need to remove the lower manifold here because I'm trying to get to here. If you're just doing the tune-up, this is where you stop. You remove your ignition coils, your valve covers, you put in your gaskets, put in your plugs, and you're done. But in my case, I have to do this guy, then the covers and the plugs. So next I'm going to show you how to do this. Now you got to have safety first. So we're going to shove paper into all these pockets while we're working on the top area. We don't want anything dropping inside and having to deal with it. We are removing it, of course, but during the work process, we don't want anything dropping in here. Once it gets loose, we pull it out, we take those papers out, and we shove them down to the manifold section, cylinder head section, blocking those in place and keeping ourselves protected so we don't have any issue with dropping tools, plastics, clips into the engine. Once you get to this stage, we're going to disconnect every single plug that is on this harness. So far, I have disconnected the cam sensors, the actuators, coils, and injectors. I can simply push the harness away. So this fuel injector unit is plugged in. We have to disconnect it. So some cars, the fuel is plugged in from here. Some cars is plugged in right here. So apparently it's right here. See that plug? Yep, you're gonna push this in, right? And then pull the harness out, the hose out. Just like that, it'll come off and the entire housing is separated. Next thing we need to do is get 8mm socket and try to get to all the 8mm bolts. So we have few bolts. See, right here. Once you get to that bolt back there, you can just lift this guy up. Look at that. If your fuel rail is disconnected, this should comfortably come out. Here you go. I'll show you. One's connected right here, and one's connected right here. So that one apparently broke. Here we are. You can see them. Just gonna put these covers back in here, secure everything, and I'll be right back. All right, so we are working on this 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and at this phase I am going to show you how to replace your valve cover gaskets and your spark plugs. So on this side it's a little bit easier because we don't have any fasteners or mounting brackets on this side, and what we're going to do is remove these bolts and get the actuators out, and you can see the shape's different. The older models, they both looked identical, but there's two new models that changed the shape a little bit, the actual casting, so you can tell which one goes where. Now once you remove this, pull it out gently, put it away, and then we're gonna try to open the 10mm, take all the coils out, pop the coils out. Once you do that, we're just gonna go in the back. There's a hose right there. We're gonna disconnect that hose, remove all these 8mm bolts, and the valve cord just pops out. And once it does, I'm just going to clean up all the surface, put a new gasket, and put this back in. If it's your car and you got all the time in the world, I would just put a kerosene on here or a parts cleaner, let it sit, wash this guy out, make it like new, and then put it back together. When we do this work on customers' cars, I don't think they want to pay me an hour labor to clean this up and put it back together. So once you get these coils unplugged, just, oh man, yeah, they normally should just pop out, but I guess if they're not serviced, that's what happens. Now I have already loosened up these 8s, all of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove these guys. You're gonna need a Torx 25, and carefully don't lose any of these guys. They're not easy to find or replace. Perfect. So what we do is just simply pull it out very gently, like so, and you don't want to drop it. Here goes the second one. Nice. Next, you're gonna take Torx 30, and we're gonna remove this sensor out of here. Nice and easy. Once you get the screw out, just pull it up, nice and gentle. And there you go. This is the sensor. Make sure you didn't damage anything. Remove this as well. And let's inspect this guy. O-rings are good. I don't see any cracks. Once you have taken everything out, this valve cover is seated and it has resistance around these spark plug sleeves. So when you try to pull the cover up, it's gonna feel a bit hard. So one thing you have to make sure all your bolts are removed, double check everything. Then you'll have to pry this cover up slightly and we should be able to get it out. Like that, here we go. So I'm gonna remove these gaskets, remove those spark plug seals, put a new ones in, and put this back together. While you're here, Jeep's known for having camshaft lobes cutting in. Some models. And you just gotta inspect the camshaft, see if that's something we're noticing. The interesting part is I am noticing it on this lobe. You can see it has begun to cut and form an edge. Same goes on this guy. That's weird. I thought this wasn't happening on 2020 models, newer models. The exhaust cams are fine. I always notice this on intake cams. So chain's good. You notice there's a silicone here and there's a silicone here. We're gonna clean that up and apply new silicones to it when you're putting new cover back in. So let's clean this stuff up and get new gaskets on, new seals on.